Last week, I had quite the amazing experience. I went out to eat with my wife to Red Robin at the mall, in the Southtown Mall. Food wasn't that good.
It's not.
It's not. And it's pretty expensive. The waitress comes up and asks, what would you guys like to drink? We have Coke products, we have raspberry lemonade, we have this, we have that. My wife says, I just want a water with lemon. She looks at me and I said, I don't want to make you go next door to get me a Pepsi, so I'll just have a water with lemon. And she comes back and brings us our water with lemons. And about a few minutes later, she comes back with her hand behind her back and she says, I got a surprise. She hands me a Pepsi. She went upstairs to the food court and got me a Pepsi.
Wow, that's impressive.
And my first thought was, who does that?
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Good service.
I said to my wife, I said, you think that's going to be on my bill? She said, of course it is. When the bill came, it was not on my bill. Today's first table topics is, do you have an experience like that where someone has made your day? For me, it made my week, probably going to make my month, and it's probably going to make my year. Because seriously, who does that? So, you're coming up?
Yeah.
Come on up. Steve.
First of all, I love brevity. It's I'm pretty short on words, but so I was a BYU student. I was thinking I needed to do something with my nephews. I didn't have a niece living around at that time, so I decided I was going to take them to the drive-in. I don't know if that dates me. How many of you remember the drive-in? I love the drive-in. So I ordered pizza ahead of time and got my nephews. We drove to Pizza Hut. I walk in, say I'm here to pick up my pizza, and Steve's a very common name, so I can understand how it happened. And they're like, we just gave your pizzas away to a different Steve.
Oh, seriously?
And so I'm like, okay. And we're like, are you in a rush? Well, I'm trying to get to the drive-in with my nephews. And the person helping me said, well, bring your nephews in. And they gave me cups, and they said, have them grab whatever fountain drinks they want to grab. So I got my nephews, they come in, they grab the fountain drinks and everything. And we're waiting, and the pizzas come out nice, hot, and ready. Hands them to me. I go to pay them for the pizza, and they're like, it's on us. And that just made my day, because I'm like, I felt bad that we're going to be late for the movie and all that, and it's one of those, back to Bart's story, that kind of service just makes all the difference in the world. Thank you.
And we only have time for one more. And I wish that I was like that waitress, but I'm not. The other day I was sitting at the gas pumps at Smith's. It was a cold morning. I was in my truck, had my dogs in the back. A guy pulls up across the way and in front of me, and he comes to my window and gives me the sub store and asks me for money to put gas in his car. I wasn't even nice. I looked, judged him, and I said, nah. I didn't even say no, I'm sorry. I just said, nah. And I regretted that right that moment. I was driving away and I felt bad, and then when this waitress did that to me at this other place, I felt really bad. So, do you have a story where you regret your actions like that? Who wants to play? You want to play, Eric?
Unfortunately. Thanks, Bart. I hate O'Hare Airport. Can't stand it. For those of you who don't travel, O'Hare's in Chicago. I hate that place. I try to avoid it at all costs. I will fly to Florida to get to anywhere I need to be. I will not fly through O'Hare, except for this one night. where I didn't have an option. So I flew into O'Hare, and to make a long story short, because I'm trying to use brevity, after my flight had been canceled, my connecting flight from O'Hare to Salt Lake City, after my flight had been canceled 3 times, and that includes sitting on the tarmac twice for over 2 hours each time, trying to get home because my daughter has a dance recital, and I promised her I would be home in time for her dance recital. I remember when we were on the tarmac for the last time, and we were scheduled to go. We had a brand new flight crew. We were ready. The plane had been fixed. We were on our way home. The engines had roared and we were going. When the engine stopped and the captain came on and he said, "Sorry folks, we got to go back to the gate. You'll be getting on a different airplane." I thought, okay, great. I'm like, okay, no big deal. We'll get on a different plane. We'll hurry up and get home. 8 hours later, I was able to get on another plane to rush home. I wish that I had been nice to the person at the desk, but instead I thought, I'm going to let her have it because my feelings are more important than anything she has going on in her life. And so I lit into her like a Christmas tree. And I thought, walking away, I thought, oh, this is great. I feel so much better about myself. And I was walking away, I started to shrink, and I shrunk and I shrunk and I shrunk, to the point where I had to turn around. I had to go back and apologize. She was very nice. She said, I still remember her words. She said, "Don't worry about it." And I said, "No, you don't understand. I do have to worry about it."
Timers report.
The last one was just 10 minutes, 10 seconds over, excuse me.
Okay, so still in, everybody is available to be voted for. Please vote for your favorite table topics. I was excited to present this today because of those 2 experiences. And I hope to not be that, I hope to not say, nah, again.
You get up to 30 seconds over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 30 seconds over is okay.
Turn it back over to Julie.